The parents of a teen girl killed in a fiery Cybertruck crash speak out for the first time.
This is a circumstance that I would hope no parent or even human would ever have to face.
Krista's parents now filing a wrongful death lawsuit against the family of the driver. Why they say they're still searching for answers.
It's very exciting because it's something new.
It is one of the major challenges for electric car drivers, finding places to charge up. Now, one Bay Area city is bringing the stations to the streets. We'll show you the first of its kind, curbside charging, and later.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry and stuff. That means it's either the bezel or the camera's broken.
Students in Oakland stepping up to provide tech support. How they're saving their cash-strapped district big bucks by fixing broken laptops.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Good evening. The parents of a teenage girl killed in a horrific Cybertruck crash in Piedmont are speaking out for the first time. It comes as they're filing the first wrongful death lawsuit against the family of the driver. You may remember the deadly crash that happened while a group of college students were home for Thanksgiving break. The Tesla Cybertruck ran off the road and into a tree, killing 3 former Piedmont High School students. One of the passengers survived. Our Suji Nam sat down with the parents of 19-year-old Krista, who shared the memories of their daughter and explained why they are still searching for answers.
This is a circumstance that I would hope no parent or even human would ever have to face.
It's been nearly 5 months since the crash that took the life of Carl and Noelle Sukahara's 19-year-old daughter, Krista, over the Thanksgiving holiday. In that time, the couple says they failed to get answers on what exactly happened in those early morning hours.
Why did the driver have that car? Where were they before this all took place? Why did the car catch on fire? Why couldn't my daughter get out of the car?
Now the couple is taking legal action. The Sukaharas filed a wrongful death and survivors action lawsuit against the estate of the driver of that Cybertruck, 19-year-old Soren Dixon, and the owner of the Tesla, Charles Patterson, alleging negligence.
People think it's okay to withhold that information for us. And unfortunately, despite attempts, this seems like our only recourse.
Investigators say they believe speed was a factor that led to the Tesla Cybertruck crashing into a tree along Hampton Road and King Avenue in Piedmont in the early morning hours of November 27th. Sukahara, Dixon, and another passenger, 20-year-old Jack Nelson, were killed. The toxicology report shows all victims had cocaine and alcohol in their systems.
Statements that all the people were grossly intoxicated, well, her blood alcohol was 0.02.
The driver's blood alcohol level was 0.195. More than twice the legal limit for motorists and nearly 21 times the legal limit for drivers under 21 years old. The California Highway Patrol is currently investigating the Cybertruck, while Krista's parents say they've been left in the dark after requesting access to the car.
Do have a good cause of action.
Civil and criminal attorney Michael Cardoza says there may be some uphill battles with proving negligence in the wrongful death lawsuit, and that answers may not come until the discovery process.
Did the owner know that a young man under the influence was taking the keys to the car, and did he allow that to happen? That is negligent entrustment. But if the young man just walked in and took the keys without the owner knowing, that does not make the owner responsible.
The Sukaharas hope that through legal action, they will get the answers of what exactly happened before their daughter died. But for now, they're taking things day by day.
It's a Vivian Westring. All her friends know about it. I have her necklace on. I have her earrings on.
They want the world to remember Krista as talented and selfless, and that she had big dreams to live in New York and work in the fashion industry.
Thank you for making me a proud mom. You are an amazing daughter and sister.
Holding their family tight and memories of their daughter even tighter.
So we have reached out to those named in the lawsuit. We have not heard back. In Oakland now, 4 people are under arrest after an early morning crime spree. Police say the thieves targeted 6 gas stations and convenience stores in 3 hours. They started by ramming an SUV into a 7-Eleven on Grand Avenue. They left a broken window wall and a big mess inside. The owner says they were likely after the safe, but it looks like the SUV jammed it into a corner. They ditched the vehicle and left empty-handed. But that was just the beginning. Using 2 vehicles, the group hit several other gas stations. So here is surveillance video from a Shell station on High Street where police say the thieves forced their way in and burglarized the place again, targeting the store's safe. Later, police made a partial bust, finding the safe from the Shell station and one of the cars involved. They arrested 4 people, 3 men and 1 woman.
We're going to track you down. We're going to arrest you. We're going to recover the video. We're going to get the evidence. And now we're working with the district attorney's office, and people will be held accountable.
Last night's series of thefts comes just after thieves crashed through another 7-Eleven and stole a safe early yesterday morning. This one was on Harrison Street and Bay Place. Police do not believe it's related to this morning's crimes. The spree comes as police in Oakland report crime is down. From January through March, virtually every major category has seen a drop when compared to numbers from last year. Overall, crime decreased 37% and violent crimes decreased 33% in the first quarter. Despite the improvements in crime numbers, crime-related deaths are growing in the town. 3 more people died in comparison to this time last year. Curbside charging is hitting San Francisco sidewalks. The city has now installed 2 curbside EV chargers on Fillmore Street in the Lower Haight, with plans to install hundreds, if not thousands more. So users can sign up, get their own cord, and power up from the curb. We're told there's no cost to the property owner providing the electricity, and owners can expect to share revenue with the charging company. Our Lauren Toms hit the pavement to see this new chapter of city tech in action.
San Francisco is plugging into the next wave of EV charging by taking it to the streets. For electrician John Doherty, the push towards the future holds a connection to the past.
Senses it's very exciting because it's something new. It's a new application of the work that we do. And in other ways, it's just carrying on the tradition that we've done for 130 years here in San Francisco.
He's part of the IBEW Local 6 Electricians Union, which has helped electrify the city long before EVs or self-driving cars roamed the streets. Back to cable cars and the first muni buses. Now they're wiring up a new electrical era right outside their building walls, 1 parking space at a time.
It's an important part of our industry. It's growing sector as we move away from fossil fuels to clean transportation, whether it's cars or any other thing that's going to get charged for mobility.
The city partnered with Brooklyn-based company It's Electric to plug in the new feature. To power up, users register with the company, get their own cord, and connect to the chargers. The electricity comes from nearby residential or commercial power lines with spare electrical capacity without added cost to the building owner. Each space also comes with a sign reserving it for electric vehicle use only, but it's unclear how SFMTA will enforce the space restrictions. It's Electric co-founder Tia Gordon tells us San Francisco leads the charge in adoption of electric vehicles, but it's behind on infrastructure to support them.
We wanted to create that same gold standard that everyone who has a garage to be able to go home and plug in their car and wake up to a full battery in the morning. We wanted to give that to everyone, and that includes people that park on the street.
But not everyone sees this as a green light. Sustainable transportation advocate Luke Bornheimer worries that while EVs may be cleaner, they're still cars, and more cars could mean more danger for cyclists and pedestrians.
All of a sudden, it won't just be about preserving on-street car storage for people who want to store their cars on the street, but it'll also be that now we have these electric car chargers on the sidewalk as well. And so now these are actually going to get in the way of, say, a protected bike lane that people might want. But now all of a sudden the city is going to have sunk cost in an electric car charger that they put on the sidewalk.
Just last week, SFMTA approved its first ever permit for curbside charging, opening the doors for more private buildings to apply. It also marks one step closer to the city's goal of having at least 25% of private cars on city roads to be electric by 2030 and 100% by 2040. Joseph Piasecki of San Francisco's Environmental Department says it's part of the city's push towards becoming a global climate hub.
This curbside pilot is going to help supplement that level 2 charging. It's meant to be able to park, charge whether it's overnight, get a small charge, be able to get on your way.
And for John, the job is more about wires and voltage. It's a legacy and a chance to continue powering the city he calls home.
The chargers installed are level 2 chargers, which the company says is healthier for car battery life. Charging can take 6 to 8 hours for a full charge and cost the user $1 to $5 per hour. A procession for a fallen World War II soldier winding its way through San Jose in the last hour. It is for Second Lieutenant Robert T. McCollum, who will finally be returned home to his family. His remains were recently identified after he was killed in action on June 20th, 1994. His jet collided with another aircraft over Denmark, spiraling into the sea. The jet was discovered by divers in 2019, leading to the discovery of his remains. Tonight's procession ended at the Oak Hill Funeral Home. Still ahead here at 6, Oakland's cash-strapped public schools are in need of some major tech support. How students are stepping up to help and earning a little more than extra credit.
It's satisfying knowing that I have the skills and capabilities to just do this.
Temperatures were chilly across the Bay Area today, a good 10 to 12 degrees below average for inland communities, upper 50s and low 60s. That's normal for early February, not late April. And we have some showers on the way as well, also a bit unusual for this time of year. Details coming up in the First Alert forecast.
Some big leadership changes in 2 Bay Area school districts. The Santa Rosa City School District ousted its superintendent. In a closed-door meeting, the Board of Trustees voted 5-1 to remove Daisy Morales without cause. It comes as the school district faces budget woes. Morales was the subject of a recent no-confidence vote by teachers and staff. Morales' webpage on the district's website has been removed. And the Oakland School Board has voted to remove its superintendent. The 4-3 vote came last night. Kyla Johnson-Trammell, who has held the job since 2017, will receive a payout to step aside at the end of the current school year. So far, board members have not explained the reasons for this move, but the superintendent has received pushback over potential school closures and budget cuts. An interim superintendent is expected to be appointed by July 1st. In a district facing major budget problems, some tech-savvy students are using their skills to be part of the solution. A West Oakland high school found a unique way to fix thousands of school-issued laptops all on the fritz. Our Itai Hodge shows us how they are bringing them back to life while saving some big bucks.
At McClymonds High in West Oakland, most students work on their laptops. David Anderson's work is his laptop.
See how it's kind of blurry and stuff? That means it's either the bezel or the camera's broken.
David is part of a program called the Tech Repair Hub. Sounds official until you realize it's run by teenagers armed with tiny screwdrivers and a mountain of busted Chromebooks. No Genius Bar, no waiting room, just sticky notes that read broken display and missing hinge thing. And students who somehow know exactly where to begin. Take Gavin Armstrong. A year ago, he was just using a school laptop. Now, he's the reason why everyone else's still works.
It's satisfying knowing that I have the skills and capabilities to just do this.
It all started in 2021 when the pandemic pushed classes online and school laptops to their breaking point.
Slide it in.
With no budget for repairs, the district did something unorthodox. They handed the tools to the students. It was a long shot, but it clicked. And it's not just extra credit. Students here earn $18 an hour. Samantha Nunez, who oversees the program, says in the last school year alone, these students have fixed close to 1,000 computers, saving the district more than $200,000.
Were there any worries that kids might not be able to do it?
Yeah, there was definitely worries and concerns, like, do they have the capacity to fix it, right? And turns out they do.
There's so much technology waste.
Colleen Piper, the school's college and career counselor, says other districts are now calling from across the country. But the biggest impact, she says, can't be measured in numbers.
Learning, honestly, just the responsibility of holding down a job, communication skills.
As for David, he's now eyeing a career in computer science.
Is it fun to take something apart and figure it out?
Yeah, it gets your mind thinking different possibilities and ways you can figure out how to fix something.
And while the job was to repair computers, along the way, they found something else worth rebooting, their own potential.
Another win for Oakland Unified. One local comedian is making a major donation after winning Celebrity Jeopardy.
It's not a check, but I'd like to present Principal Blatcher. You've been funded. You've been funded. You've been funded.
No joke, stand-up comedian W. Kamau Bell was at Castlemont High to announce he is giving his $1 million winnings to help teachers pay for supplies and whatever they need for their classroom. He talked about what the money will do and why he chose Oakland.
And so I gave that $1 million to Donors Shoes so that we, Donors Shoes, that I'm on the board of directors of, could fund all the Donors Shoes projects in this school so your teachers won't have to go into their pockets. Hey, all right. I live in these streets, I boat here, I do things here, I got 3 kids around here, and I'm also proudly a resident of Oakland, California.
All right, for those who didn't watch Celebrity Jeopardy last night, Bell's winning response was, who is Bob Newhart? Coming up, selecting the NFL's future stars. It's all going down in Green Bay, and we've just learned the newest member of Raider Nation. And Paul will be right back with the full forecast. But first, here's your ski report with Johnny Mosley.
Hey, Johnny Mosley here. Before you pack up your boards and load up your Toyota, let's have a glance at conditions in the Sierra. The Toyota Tahoe report is dialed in. Let's get over to the map.
The same storm system bringing the chance of rain showers to the Bay Area this weekend will bring some spring snow to the higher elevations of the Sierra. Problem is, most of the resorts have already closed for the season. Mount Rose, Palisades, and Sugar Bowl are the only 3 resorts that will be open for one last weekend of skiing, and they will be rewarded with about 5 to even 12 inches of new snow above 6,000 feet in elevation. There's a winter weather advisory in effect from 5 o'clock tomorrow through 11 a.m. Sunday, so be prepared for slow travel along both US 50 and I-80 this weekend. Temperatures will run steady in the upper 20s and low 30s Saturday and Sunday, well below average for late April. Just layer up, have fun, be safe, and we'll have one more update for you tomorrow in the Toyota Tahoe Report.
Ooh, dark clouds. All right, I have a question for you.
What's funny is you reacted to it and the mic wasn't open yet, so you had to reset and then act like you were reacting again.
No, but it was a better ooh the second time.
The stuff you miss in the commercial breaks.
This is what I do want to ask you. If you were Johnny Mosley, which you're not,
Thanks.
Would he think it was a good weekend to go skiing this weekend?
I think he probably falls into the camp of any skiing is good skiing.
Okay, that's true.
As a baseline, but they're not going to be ideal conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you missed the Toyota Tahoe report, we'll have it again coming up at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
They're going to get some snow in the Sierra this weekend.
Ooh.
There's only 3 resorts open, but they are going to get some snow this weekend. Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye.
Let's take a look what's going to happen. Let's start with the current perspective across the entire coast of California with plenty of cloud cover on the current satellite view. And this has really had an impact on our temperatures. We were a good 10 to 12 degrees below average for inland parts of the Bay Area, about 5 to 7 degrees below normal around the Bay and along the coast. While these clouds have not dropped any precipitation yet, that could change as early as tomorrow. We'll switch over to the local view and check out the radar simulation from Futurecast as we head through tonight and tomorrow. And there's nothing tonight. There's nothing to start the day tomorrow. The earliest we would see even a couple sprinkles would be tomorrow afternoon. A better chance of maybe a few showers making a run towards us from an unexpected direction from the east. The center of the storm system is going to be centered off to our south, everything pinwheeling around it. So it's going to have to rotate up towards us from the Central Valley and then climb over the East Bay, make its way into the rest of the Bay Area, which is possible. But while these scatter showers are going to be out there tomorrow night into Saturday, they are going to be scattered. They're going to be long dry breaks in between the showers. So in terms of planning anything this weekend, be prepared for the possibility of rain, but the more widespread rain is going to stay farther off to our south, and just be flexible with those outdoor plans and have an indoor alternative in mind just in case you do need it. We'll keep you updated as things kind of come into focus as we go through the weekend. If we do add up some rain, let's take a look at the forecast amounts. They're going to be pretty modest across the board, maybe up to a quarter inch or a little over that in some spots closer to the Central Valley where the rain's going to be coming from. For the rest of us, about a tenth of an inch or less as we look at the 36-hour time frame. So again, long dry breaks. It's not going to be impressive. It's just kind of annoying to try to plan around. It is going to wash some pollen out of the air down at the medium-low category for the pollen count Saturday and Sunday. And there is a winter weather advisory in effect for the Sierra. I mentioned the snow. They're going to add up generally 3 to 6 inches of snow. Some of the peaks, though, 10 to 12 inches of total snowfall, so travel could be a bit tricky on I-80 and US 50. Looking outside, seeing plenty of cloud cover, and temperatures are chilly across the board, only in the middle portion of the 50s. We'll only drop down to the 40s to around 50 degrees tonight. And fluffier dogs like Houdini here certainly don't mind the cool temperatures, huskies especially. High temperature in Dublin tomorrow, only around 60 degrees. He is an adoptable pup from the East County Animal Shelter in Dublin. I'll put information on how to adopt him up on social media as soon as this weathercast is over. But let's take a quick look at tomorrow's forecast highs, which are going to be cool everywhere. Around 60 degrees in the North Bay, around 60 degrees around the Bay, 50s along the coast. The warmest spots east of the Oakland Hills are only going to hit the mid-60s, and only low 60s for high temperatures in the Santa Clara Valley. Another day of high temperatures running a good 10 to 12 degrees below average for inland parts of the Bay Area. We do bounce back to near normal temperatures next week. Looks like Monday through Thursday, coastal temperatures hovering around 60 degrees with at least a little bit of sunshine breaking through those clouds. Bayside temperatures will actually spend a couple days above average at or above 70 degrees by Tuesday and Wednesday, when the normal highs are in the upper 60s. That's where we'll be on Monday and Thursday. And inland temperatures, you'll have the biggest climb. Well, you've had the steepest drop over the past couple of days, so temperatures are going to make it back up into the 70s on Monday and flirting with 80 degrees by Tuesday and Wednesday. That'll keep you warm over a chilly weekend. Jules?
All right, thanks, Paul. When we come back, the 49ers will soon be on the clock to select the 11th pick of the NFL Draft. We'll bring you the latest, but first, Maurice Dubois has what's next on CBS Evening News.
Hospitals that are supposed to provide free or discounted care to those in need are instead suing patients who cannot pay for treatment. Tonight, our investigation on the CBS Evening News.
The Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State.
Well, there you go. The pick is in, and Ashton Jeanty will join the Las Vegas Raiders this year. The running back scored 29 touchdowns at Boise State last season and was the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. Meanwhile, the 49ers have another Bulldog on the team. The team selected defensive end Mikael Williams with the 11th pick in the first round. That is the highest pick the Niners have had since 2019, when they took defensive end Nick Bosa. Second overall, the 49ers have a total of 11 picks, tied for the most in this year's draft. CBS Evening News with Maurice Dubois and John Dickerson is next on KPIX. Local news continues on our streaming service, CBS News Bay Area. We're back right here in 30 minutes with CBS News Bay Area at 7, just for you. See you then.